Hello everyone, this is Oliver from the All the Gear Show. Today I'm joined with Hector Peñalosa of the Zeros. Hector, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. Speaking of bass, you have a unique style of playing.
Okay.
And a cool looking bass.
Oh, thank you.
So tell me about it.
This is an Area Pro Cardinal Series 2 model.
Right.
I bought it in 1983.
83.
I've had it all these years, yeah. It's my main bass.
That's all.
And it's a left-handed bass.
Right.
No, left. Bass.
That's all.
And it's a left-handed bass.
Right.
No, left. Not right. Anyways.
That's really cool, man.
When back in '83, I was living in San Francisco.
Sure.
And around the and it's a left-handed bass.
Right.
No, left, not right. Anyways,
that's really cool, man.
When back in '83, I was living in San Francisco.
Sure.
And around that time, a left-handed instrument, electric guitar, whether it was a Fender or a Gibson or what have you,
sure,
or bass, was considered a custom order, a custom guitar, so they were very expensive.
Right.
And so I never really had a left-handed instrument. I always had righties that I flipped over. But I had a friend who was a musician in San Francisco who told me about a music store in Pacifica, which is a little beach town south of San Francisco,
Pacifica, huh? Okay.
About 15 minutes on the freeway.
Sure.
And he said, "Man, you should go to this place called Manor Music." And
Manor Music.
Manor Music.
Manor Music.
And he said 50% of their inventory is left-handed guitars and basses.
Cool.
And I was like really shocked by that. So I'm like, really?
Definitely.
So I said, okay, well, I'm going to go down there one weekend. So I took the bus all the way down there from where I used to live.
Sure.
And sure enough, they had a lot to choose from.
Really? At the time?
Yeah, at that guitar store.
And it was 83 you were talking about?
Yeah, 1983.
Oh,
So, I was in music heaven. I said, oh my God, I can't believe how much of a selection there is for a left-handed guitar player or bass player. So I looked around, and this caught my eye. It wasn't black when I bought it. It was actually a see-through blue. You can see a little bit of it right there.
Right there.
Where you could see the grain through the paint. So it was all blue, transparent blue. I kept it like that for a few years.
Right.
The factory pickup
I was
really crap. It was totally dead tone. It had no punch to it.
No punch.
So I went and bought an EMG electric bass active pickup.
So it is active.
Yeah, I took it to a guitar shop and they put it in there for me, and it was just like night and day. It just sounded like a million times better.
Wow. So
yeah, and I played this bass.
Right.
With this was after the Zeros broke up. The Zeros broke up in August of '80.
Sure.
For about 10 years. But I had a band called Flying Color, and it was very much like a Beatles, Badfinger, Raspberry sort of melodic pop hook,
right? Guitar
hooks, vocal hooks, type of band. I had that band for 7 years.
7 years.
And this was a bass that I played with that band.
Wow.
And ever since, I painted it 3 times already. This is the 3rd paint job.
How did you paint it though?
Just with spray cans,
Spray cans. Wow,
yeah,
really?
You just got to know how to do the paint job. It's all about the preparation.
It looks glossy, man.
Well, yeah, it's gloss black, but you got to know how to get a good paint job. You have to prep well.
Sure.
You got to make sure the surfaces. You do your primers, you do your sanding. You can do 2-3 coats of the desired color and sand them in between.
Yeah.
You go with finer sandpaper, then you can do the polishing and everything. So,
right.
I mean, I've done that a lot with a lot of guitars that I've owned, motorcycles that I've owned, etc., etc.
It looks great.
But it's got a lot of miles on it. Since
and it's a bolt-on.
Since 1983, so that's a long run for an instrument. I played it. I played also with the Avengers, who I play with at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a new version of the Zeros called 077, which we just played last December. We did about 12 shows.
And I was there.
Yeah, you went to one of them at the Casbah.
Great show, guys.
With the Avengers too. I was doing a double duty. I was playing with both bands, all those gigs, which was cool.
Yeah.
But it's a really fun bass. I have a lot of stickers on it, and they all mean something. In the front, we got the Dragons sticker because I play bass in the Dragons.
Of course.
We don't play a lot, but when we do, it's kind of a big event.
And I think right. And Mario is a long time friend of yours, right?
I've known Mario forever, yeah, since we were kids.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
since he was a kid, because I was 17 when I met him. Mario Escobedo, who formed the Dragons, his older brother Javier Escobedo was my bandmate in the Zeros. So that's how I met Mario back in the day. Nice. And I've known Mario forever. He's a really wonderful guy.
Right.
Great friend, really cool to play with too.
Oh yeah.
The band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's the Dragons with two.
Oh yeah.
The band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's the Dragons. The 19 is symbolic because I have. I had a dear friend who passed away in 2018. His name was Tony Kinman. He was a bass player, but he went under his punk name Tony 19. So that's what I put that on there in his memory.
It's a tribute to him.
Yeah, the number. He was an amazing songwriter, musician, and bass player. Really great guy. He was about almost 7 foot tall. He was a really tall dude, but really cool dude. And his brother Chip Kinman, they both always played together. They started in the punk scene in LA with a band called the Dills from Carlsbad in '77. That's how we met him, with the Zeros playing in LA too. In the punk scene. Then we just became instant friends because at that time there was only 2 punk bands in San Diego: the Zeros and the Dills.
The Dills.
And
I never heard of the Dills.
Yeah, the Dills were cool, man. They were more politically minded. They wrote songs like "I Hate the Rich" and stuff like that.
Right.
"Class War" was a really great song. But I really liked all that stuff about them. But they had they were very they were like chameleons. At one point they got sick of the punk scene because around 1980 it started to change from bands like the Ramones and the Dills and the Clash and the Sex Pistols, the Damned, and it started to become more of a hardcore punk scene with Black Flag and Circle Jerks, and then became a whole other type of genre of punk. GBH, all those bands. So we didn't want to be part of that, so we just moved on and did other things. That's why I started Flying Color. But Chip and Tony Kinman, they really had balls because they started a country punk band called Rank and File.
A country punk band?
Yeah, and they're really great. I mean, they're on YouTube all over. Look them up. They're fucking amazing. Yeah. Songwriters, great players, especially Chip. That guy can play guitar, boy.
Really?
But yeah, Tony and Chip, I mean, they're like family to me, you know, and we've known each other for many, many decades. So that's why I got Tony 19 here, because you know, I make sure that he's on here somewhere.
Wow, cool.
And then in the back, I have lots of stickers, mostly from places I've traveled and played at. Places that I toured at. So let's see here. What do we got going on here? Japan, January 2014. The Zeros went to Japan. Played in Tokyo. Canada, we went there in August 2010. I went there just last year with the Avengers again. Played there 4 times in Vancouver. Toronto. About 3 times in Vancouver. Where else? Milan, Italy. Went there January 2010 with the Zeros. Sweden, went there in 1995 with the Zeros. Spain, went there many times. 1995 was the first time. 1996, 2010, 2007, you name it. 2019, I went on tour with the Avengers for exactly a month and a half, non-stop, supporting a punk band from Ireland called Stiff Little Fingers. It was their 40th anniversary for their album. I think it was called Inflammable something or other. I can't remember. But we toured the whole country, the U.S. So that's why I got stickers from Nashville, from New Orleans, Salt Lake City, you name it, Portland, Oregon, Brooklyn, Orlando, Florida. I've been there. Arizona, you name it. We've been there. We've done a lot. So I even got stickers on the side here.
Right.
Right here from Nashville. This one says "Punk Rock Saved My Life," which it did. And then a few other things here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been covering it with stickers on and off, and I do like cats a lot, so I got a couple of cat stickers. This one's my favorite.
Right. Cool.
Rip and dip.
Look at that, guys, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, this is my go-to bass, and like I said, I painted a few times. I reshaped the head on it.
Yeah.
It was a different looking headstock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I reshaped that. And yeah, that was about it, And yeah, it's a really comfortable bass. I didn't want to get anything that was too familiar, like a precision bass or a jazz bass, or a Gibson, the Firebird or Thunderbird, or whatever, because they're really heavy and they're not very ergonomically comfortable.
Sure.
This thing is actually not super light, but not heavy either, and I like the style of it. And of course, I pinstriped it white because of the Gene Simmons Kiss bass.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. So, how did you do it though?
It's just pinstriping tape. You can buy that at the auto parts store.
Are you serious?
You just got to have a good, steady hand to get get the curves right. Yeah.
I got fooled.
Yeah, right. No, I'm not a pinstriper with a brush. You got to be a really good at that. No,
I was going to say about the Gene Simmons influence.
Yeah, because I was a big Kiss fan in the day when I was 16. I like Kiss.
Right.
So it's got a little bit of everything in there,
Nice.
But yeah, it's pretty.
And where do you put the battery?
In the back here, there's a plate right here. You open it up and you replace the battery. You just put a new battery 2 weeks ago.
There you go.
But yeah.
And batteries, I mean, they do last, right?
Oh yeah, they'll last because basically an active pickup is when you plug in your guitar cable, it turns it on.
Right.
But when you pull off the guitar cable, it turns it off.
Of course.
So it's not wasting the battery.
Yeah.
It's like an on-off switch.
Do you know what model of the EMG is it?
Oh, I don't remember. That was in 1983. So you can imagine. I might get a new one. I'm thinking it'd be good to maybe get a fresh one, but it still sounds great. So I'm not worried about it.
But it is made by EMG, right?
Yeah, it's an EMG. I just put a chrome plastic over it.
So hey, dude. And what should people know about your strings?
Well, I've always liked
gauges and brand.
I've always liked round wound strings, especially for playing rock and roll. Yeah. I mean, you can get flat wound, but that gives you more thuddy sound, probably a little bit warmer sound. But
Okay.
I always liked the more slightly trebly bass sound. A perfect example is John Entwistle on the Who records. He's got a really great tone. I actually use roto sounds.
Right.
Yeah,
cool.
And they're pretty light. I think it's a 45 on the G string.
And
45 gauge.
Right. And your guitar and your bass is strong right-handed, right?
Yeah, but I'm a lefty, but strong right-handed. That's hard to play.
Yeah.
Nobody's complained about it yet, so I guess I'm okay.
Well, you played great, Hector.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Of course, buddy.
Because you got to practice,
Practice makes perfect, guys. It's always a joy to talk to you, and
thank you.
Always a
Likewise.
joy to see you play.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, everyone out there, stay safe. Come out, check out this guy on tour, and you'll have fun with Hector and his band, the Zeros, right?
077.
077, my bad.
And I also play with the Avengers, another punk band from back in the day. And I also have my own solo band.
Sure.
It's called the Hector Peñalosa Gang. We'll be playing the 28th of February at the Ken Club, but I play lead guitar in that band, so. But yeah, I keep myself pretty busy musically.
You guys sound great, man.
Thank you.
Let me tell you that. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
All right, adios.
All right.